I'm dog sitting for these 4 dogs this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all crazy. I like dog sitting here even though the dogs are crazy. So I had a vlog planned for this week, but there's one key component that I am still, I don't know like what the word for this is, but if patience is a tree, I'm waiting for the fruit. What is the word for that? There's still something I'm waiting on, is what I'm trying to say. But I have a ton of footage that I am excited to share with you guys. So I'm just gonna catch you guys up on what has been going on in the past couple of weeks for me.
Took a trip out to Vegas, side of the road in the car.
So this house is really echoey. It's kind of weird. They don't like, it's pretty minimalist. I don't know. I feel like I grew up in a house that was like really, sorry mom, cluttered. And when I go to other people's houses and they don't have stuff, I'm like, okay, first thing I need to say is it has been so hot. You know how the temperature is a little inflated when you first get in your car because your car is just sitting in the sun? But even over the summer in Richmond, I never saw my car get this hot. And it's ironic because I moved to Colorado because I thought that Virginia was too hot, and then I came here and it's hotter.
It's supposed to be this high all summer long. I never would have believed you 3 years ago. You told me I'd be here.
I just went to see the sundial, which I guess was cool, but if any of my friends come to visit, it's probably not going to be included on the tour of Denver. Maybe it would be cooler if I didn't go on a cloudy day. I also had to drive through the suburbs to get here. Not like the suburbs, but like where the rich people live in Denver. And I drove past the cutest house ever. My dad would literally hate this house, but I think it's so cute. Like the sage green. That's every girl in America's favorite color right now. And then there was this other house where the front yard was just like wildflowers. I don't know why people are so obsessed with having big houses. Like what does that really do for you? But I just want to have like a cute house in a good location. Fans of the vlog will probably be happy to hear that I'm teaching yoga today. I hope no one shows up. I didn't really end up filming anything. That's what I love about yoga, is it always makes me be so present. And that's what I love about teaching yoga, is I get to share that with other people. Talked in my last video about how one of my goals is doing things with friends, and I love cooking for people. I always say that food is my love language. My friends, they were going to the club. I made them dinner before.
Say what you want, leaning on my shoulder to tie away.
So I also went to the club, but I was the designated driver and I was there for like 20 minutes. And I said, see you later, have a good night. I'm going to bed. I moved again. Alyssa helped me. We had a pride party. We called it the pre-pride party. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. I made cupcakes, that was my contribution. To the Pride Fest in downtown Denver. I got reasons why she's gorgeous. When we were going back to the car, the building that we parked next to was literally on fire. I'd say the biggest thing that happened, I was supposed to go visit my grandma in California, but then she got COVID and she's fine. But I had requested time off of work, and I was like, I don't want to just be sitting at home for 5 days. So my brother, he lives in his truck, but now he lives in his truck on property that he's renting in southwestern Colorado.
This is where I slept last night. This is my brother's new house. This is the bridge to Terabithia. This is the weed garden. This is the back of my brother's truck. This is the housewarming gift.
And he had just moved and he was like, yo, you can come stay with me.
That's when you pretend that you're over love that put you over your head. Then you try to forget by landing in the arms of someone you just met.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, and Natalie really needs to pee.
She is not impressed how much you talk about yourself.
The part I just drove on was literally the most scenic thing I've ever encountered. Every turn I was like, oh my gosh, it gets better. There needs to be an app where you just point it at the mountains and it tells you what you're looking at.
She's who you have next, so you stick around, yeah, you wish for the best. She's the queen of my summer, her hands are so cold.
And I got a free Frosty. Lives in a very, very small town, like 45 minutes outside of Telluride, and Telluride is somewhere I've always wanted to go. Like going there really made me happy because you know how I feel about trees and about greenery. Down in the valley of the Front Range, everything looks dead all the time. Going out to southwestern Colorado, they get a lot more rain there. While I was driving there, I stopped at Safeway to get myself some snacks. The Toll House cookies, they had those but in the shark variety. We made pancakes every morning. In one of the pancakes, I mashed up a shark cookie and made a shark cookie pancake.
Top 3 pancakes?
Shark cookie 1, normal 2, banana 3.
The shark cookies kind of became a meme for the trip. My brother's friend Jacob also joined us.
Oh, you know what?
Okay, you gotta buy the
Bye.
Telluride is great. It's a very small town. And there's not much near it. It's very secluded, and yeah, it's a very small town, so there's not a lot going on. There's only like a handful of hikes, I feel like, because it's just cliffs. Or a ski resort. I have this little like running list of things that I want to do. Some may call that a bucket list. While I was visiting my brother, I was like, wow, there's really nothing else that I feel like I need to do except this Blue Lake hike. So on the day I was supposed to be leaving, we were going to do this Blue Lake hike, but it started thundering and we were like, oh, that's probably not very safe. So we turned around and I was like, well, I guess now I have to come back to Telluride. Then I was driving home and it was pouring rain. I kept hydroplaning. It was honestly like some of the scariest driving conditions I've ever driven in. And they had to close part of I-70 because of flash flooding. And so I went to Rifle and I got pizza there. And then I drove home, and then I got back really late. I have this clip of my friend scrolling on Snapchat and just adding people. And I thought it was really funny because she was like, oh yeah, like you just add boys on Quick Add.
You just go on here, you find any random guy, see, and then they add you back immediately. And you just keep on your options open.
And she was like, if they snap you, then you know that they're single. I have no hope.
I feel like the rain really motivated me there. It added an extra layer of difficulty to the workout, and I wanted to fight through it and overcome that difficulty. It was also 97 degrees earlier today, and it really cooled down this afternoon, and then it rained. I think that might be my favorite workout right now. It's 6 200s with 200 recovery right into 2 miles marathon pace, followed by 6 more 200s.
It's Friday, so I'm going to First Friday, and I never went to the one in Richmond, which I regret, but it's basically where art galleries, like on the first Friday of every month, they're open late, and they like, it's like a big party and people look at art. There are like six or seven, I think, in Denver. I'm going to the one on South Pearl Street because it starts earlier than the rest, and I'm trying to go to sleep early. I didn't invite any of my friends because I assumed that they were all busy, and it's okay to do things by yourself.
I bought something from the first artist I encountered because she was selling stationery, and you know I can't resist. I went to my favorite thrift store and I purchased a t-shirt because I'm trying to get more t-shirts for hiking. It wasn't like super busy, and I only saw one art gallery, and then I got too nervous to go inside. There was live music. A lot of the store I went to was having discounts, and like there were a few artists on the streets, but I don't think it's one of the main First Fridays in Denver. I am in deep need of a taco, and I want a real taco, not Taco Bell, not Chipotle. I'm talking corn tortilla with the little slice of lime that comes in the styrofoam box. So I guess the last thing I'm gonna say is that I have never lived in a place like Castle Rock, Colorado before. It's like when I go to New Haven. Every time I go to New Haven, I see someone I know, but it kind of makes sense because I went to high school in New Haven. In Castle Rock, I work at Starbucks, and I have like 1 or 2 or 3 gym memberships, but everywhere I go, usually Target. I never look as bad as I do in the Target self-checkout camera. I see someone I know. I've actually had a pretty eventful summer. I don't know if it's quite what I expected it to be at the beginning of the summer, but it's definitely been eventful for sure. So thank you for watching. Oh my gosh, and I brought this over here because Alyssa and I went to Target and we bought matching Burn After Writing books, and I find this really difficult to do because a lot of it is like best whatever, and I'm like, how am I supposed to choose a best? There's so many bests. Life is so good. But anyhow, this was $12 at Target, and then my other friend and I went to Five Below the other day, and she got one for $5. So if you were planning on buying Burn After Writing, go to Five Below. Don't go to Target. That's all for this one. I will see you guys in the next video next week because I'm good at editing now, kind of sometimes, and then sometimes I might disappear again for 6 months, but we'll see. Bye.